Okay, now that I got my fancy gear on, we're going to be putting the CB radio in this absolute beast and get a little bit more off-road worthy. So let's go ahead, get the center console taken apart and get the mount ready so we can put on the CB radio. So let's do that if I can ever talk. Okay, so I've already got this started. What we are going to do is we're going to be putting this in neutral and then putting this in neutral, pulling up the e-brake, and then you're going to see 4 spots, round one up front, a round one over here, and then 2 square ones right about here. So you're going to need to move the seat up and forward, up and back whenever. And then with the shifter, this one, you just pinch the sides and then pop it up. And so with this one over here,
and there's kind of some food spots in there, and that's my fault. And it's some fried just chicken that we had on the way here. It's one of the best fried chickens I've ever had.
oh yeah, where was it?
I don't remember.
You're a terrible person.
Yes, yes, I am.
And then you're gonna have a standard Allen key. This side, you don't have to unscrew it all the way, you just unscrew it until it comes up.
So then here, this is the screw that he was saying. Right there.
It's gonna be a 10 mil. Okay, there we go. And then this little one. Oh, somebody forgot to screw that in all the way. Oh.
That is the manufacturer.
Oh.
Then how's that little thing say? And that's by your hand.
Oh, this thing right here?
Yeah, so what does that say? What does that say?
Restored by, hey look, it's me.
And what is that for?
That is for the winch that's going to be coming up on another video, more than likely after this one. We'll see which one gets edited first, but
then probably this one.
It's gonna have to be now. So there you go, find out what I restored.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
Now I'm going to, in the most awkward way possible, unscrew this and start taking this.
And you're scuffing up in the brand new
center console.
Like, and a Jeep doesn't even have 4,000 miles, and you're already.
It's still beautiful.
Like,
this is why mechanics don't like people around.
Yes, and he's working on my Jeep, so if y'all are not aware of that, just by now, yeah. I mean, is that we special ordered it in January, and we just received it just July the 3rd, and then we came up here. So like, it is just a month and a half and old, and it's almost got 4,000 miles. And because we drove up here, which was almost 1,000 miles, and to see him for some strange reason, I don't know why. Oh, and because he just restored something of ours. So yeah, and that's why we drove up here, all the way, going 55 miles an hour for 450 miles, and on the beautiful just matches, just trace and ditch, just in the fall, like, and both of our families are going to try, just to do just then the whole thing and go camping on it. So the video for just that is going to be fun, like just both of our families camping and with zero just power and going 55 miles an hour.
Exciting times with children.
Hey, and that I do not have children.
Okay, so you're gonna have a clip down here for this. It just lights up a little bit.
I'm not sure if you
And you're pretty much gonna have to feel, but you pull. Hang on, let me just get it out and then I'll show you. Cause you gotta pull it down and then. So whenever it's sitting in there, it's gonna be locked up. Well, what you're gonna do is, it needs to be locked. Well, whenever you feel this, you're gonna pull this down and then you're gonna be able to press down this black thing to release this so you can pull that off. It's a pain. They do not make these child-proof enough. Okay. So, now that you got it a little bit out of the way, you don't have to get it all the way. Okay, so that's where they want you to put that CD mount.
Yes, right there.
Yep, in that location. Okay, so we are first gonna see what it's like with this mount on here, and then go from there and see what kind of modifications we need to make this stay still. So you got to watch out with over tightening these clips. They're not meant to really take any real force at all. So it pretty much wants it to be straight up. Okay. What we can actually do is we can get a small piece of plate right here, and there's a screw hole right there that we could actually screw through.
And get like a washer on the inside and still just have the mount in a solid piece.
Yeah, because to get the center console out, you're gonna have to take this off. But if we mount this right and then drill through,
just tap and screw.
Yep.
Then with a little piece of just metal, like right in there.
Just right on the other side where it would come through. Yeah, and then that would secure it to where it's not gonna vibrate around.
I'm a man with the smooth, amazing, just Louisiana streets, which are not smooth and they're not amazing. And it might absorb some of the shock, and that was causing the CB to just move all over the place. And because the Louisiana streets is like driving down a just gravel, just road at 70 miles an hour.
That sounds exciting. Why do you want me to move down there?
Shh. That you don't tell your wife about that. Like, you tell about the amazingness, but not the bad.
Okay. Well, let's see. I am going to find a piece of metal so we can drill through that and bolt it into this. I'm actually gonna get a nut and bolt to bolt it in. So we're gonna do that, but that'll definitely secure it to where it won't move around. Okay, so I'm gonna take this beautiful brand new Jeep and drill holes into it.
Just scuffed it up.
It's covered. It's okay. And I'm gonna drill a hole into it. So I found a bunch of random stuff that I picked together. And this is literally just a core out of a piece of aluminum. I just take a hole saw and just punch through, and then there you go. You get a giant washer, and then lock washer, other washers to fill in the gap. And then that's what we're gonna use to sandwich this together to make it sturdy. So let's go ahead and punch some holes through a new car. First, you want to make sure that this is screwed in and right where you want it. So we're gonna put together all of this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, get it nice and snug up there. I'm gonna keep the little felt sticker on the back of that just to, you know, give a little bit of extra cushion in between. Make sure that you triple check where everything is going and that no wires will be harmed in the process.
Like, you see this what I mean, man, and the brackets, the lights.
Oh yeah, no, it moves around like it ain't nothing. And double check, nothing's gonna be behind that, no wires tucked behind it. And then slowly work your way in. And there you go. Now you put a brand new hole in your car. You're welcome. Make it nice and snug so that way it's got a little bit longer until it starts to wear out. And this is the hard part, is getting all these daggone washers on here. This is the part where you end up hating your life and regretting all of your choices to ever want to look at a car.
So then what are you doing?
I'm putting the tiny, tiny little lock washer and the tiny, tiny little other washer, because I have a tiny, tiny little nut all on the back of this.
And the problem is, if it falls in there, we're never seeing it again.
Pretty much, because these are aluminum washers, so you can't pick them up with magnet. So yeah, it's just gonna...
It's gonna be rattling around in there for the rest of the time.
And usually it's the nut that falls. Okay, you just gotta be very gentle. And then if you lose it, try and push it up against something and hope that you can retrieve it. And then don't cross thread it. For the love of all that is holy, do not cross thread. Just kind of get it on. Oh yeah. And then get it as finger tight as you can. Until you can get a wrench on the other side of that. Yeah. Now you gotta hopefully get all of your tools back out of here. There we go. Okay. I think it's secure now. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Again, at Louisville International, it was 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies.
So then we got the
Elsewhere
CDs
around
all
the
hooked
region,
up.
it was clear, with a temperature of 76 at Frankfurt, 81 at Lexington, 76 at Jackson.
And we just got to figure out just where to put this right here. Go.
Okay, so we got everything wired up. I went ahead and put the antenna underneath the carpet, and he ran through the back. This does not work very well.
Yeah.
So you push it in, but as you can see, it's pushing itself out.
Just what's the reason?
Okay, so the reason is with the cheaper models, with the cheaper model of plug, it's longer than most of the newer ones, because the newer ones, they're meant for the little Android little button plug-ins, and the springs are having to be located so much further back. You're actually pushing on the edge, so it's pushing it out instead of the springs being closer to like right here instead, so this being moved to right here. That way it's getting a deeper push on the inside rather than pushing on just that part right there. Because whenever you plug it in, you can see that's out. So once it gets past that upper hump, it's just gonna force itself out. So what you can do with this is you can either straight line it to where you would chop off the wires right here and splice this into a relay, and then have your signal come from the ignition on wire. Or what you can do is you can chop this off and get a newer connector and just resolder that on, so that way the connector's one of those that's more sunken in and a little bit better quality. Because I mean, whenever they give you these CB plugs, 9 times out of 10, the people that are putting in the CBs, they're usually putting them straight into the wire. So this is just a courtesy to let anyone be able to use it. So they're giving you the cheapest of it. But
hey, no, and then I paid $17 for that wire.
For this wire?
Yep. And with this cigarette just lighter was $17.
I'm sorry.
Everything's hooked up. It works. Man, the CB is going to be hanging from right there for now until I can find a permanent spot.
It's turned off. It died.
No.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm not talking to myself.
Though until that I can find a better spot, it's just going to be right there for now. And that's pretty much it. And is there anything else? Anything else?
No. Jeep gives you no room to attach to the ceiling.
Nope.
Well, at least it comes off.
Yep.
Topless is always better.
Exactly. Shh. Gotta keep it PG for the little babies.
It was. Topless.
Yep.
That's the top. And it.
Alright, then the battery's at like 4%, so.
Oh, okay. Well then, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna finish up cleaning up all this crap, and then
we're going to bed. Then tomorrow morning we got the front end.
Tomorrow morning we're going to play with big boy toys. Thank God I have friends. Oh no, you're just looking at.
Just an I am the cinematographer. Wait, what? A camera person.
Yeah, you're an amazing camera person.
Yep. All right.
So much better than me.